Hi everybody, welcome to this video titled Connect Microsoft Teams with Business Central. My name is Craig Kreskis. I am a Partner Solution Architect here at Microsoft, and thank you for being a part of this video, being able to extend yourself and learning more about going beyond just the traditional financial applications and learning about where we interact or where we integrate with other applications at Microsoft, such as Microsoft Teams. What I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to guide you through the process, is I'll show you how to install and configure Teams. It's pretty straightforward. And then we'll share a record in a channel, and then we'll also view a record in a chat, in a conversation, something that typically happens in organizations where finance and accounting might be working with sales and marketing. And at the end, I'm going to wrap up with just an FAQ, a frequently asked questions, just so you have all the information that you need to understand how these capabilities work. So let's begin just by showing you how to install and configure Microsoft Teams for Business Central. Just go out to your Teams app, or if you're using the browser, it's teams.microsoft.com. On the left-hand side, you can see where I have highlighted the apps, and I'm going to go ahead and search for Business Central. And then you can flick through the carousel of different features, the link preview, the card details. Once you're ready, just select on Add, and then go ahead and say Try it. Now you'll type in Business Central. You'll see here I've got the / Business Central. And if you're using this for the first time, you'll see it's asking me to authenticate or to sign in. So I'll go ahead and hit Sign In. You'll get your user prompt credentials to put in, and then you'll search here. Now I'm just searching for the customer. So I have Robert Towns set up inside of Business Central. And here you can see I get a preview of it, and then I want to get the details. Now, as I do, I want to make sure that if you're just doing this for the first time and you haven't had a chance to test it, make sure you have the pop-up blockers enabled, or I should say disabled, and that you trust Business Central. This way, it's going to have a different experience. It's not going to let you open these up. So again, just make sure that you've got the pop-up blockers. If you do, have that set up correctly. You'll notice here on the foreground now that Robert Towns, the contact, that card shows up inside of Microsoft Teams. And it's fully interactive, so I can click on the contact, I can click on the customer, I can add data on the homepage, for example, or I added some data and I hit close. And then notice again, I'm still inside of Microsoft Teams. So it's a highly interactive experience. And it's something that you should highlight to customers, is that we blur the lines between those productivity tools such as Outlook, Word, Excel, in this case Teams, and the structured world of financial applications like Business Central. Let's go ahead and share a record next. And so think about the scenario again, the collaboration that goes on across an organization. In this case here, let's say the accounting manager is going to share a record with a Teams channel. I'm inside of Business Central. Maybe we've got some additional research where we want to share the details on inventory. Whatever the story might be, you can see here I can share. I share that to Teams, and I can enter in either an individual person, a channel, or a team. In this case here, I'm just going to share it with the sales team. And then if I go to Teams, notice here now again, inside of Kronos, you see in my sales channel, I have that information that's shared with me. So really straightforward. Again, I'm just blurring the lines between structured and the unstructured world. Now let's see the sales rep sees the post inside of the Teams channel. All right, so here I am. You can see on the top right corner, I'm logged in with a different persona. I'm logged in as Veronica, and Veronica goes to click on sales, sees conversation, and all of a sudden saw the accounting manager was trying to have a dialogue here. So Veronica goes to link, and guess what? Because Veronica is not licensed to access Business Central, she's not going to be able to drill in and see the detail. Again, this is part of our pre-sales workshop. I want to make sure you know how all this works, and also some of the cautions. If you visit the website with the minimum requirements, I've highlighted here what a Teams license gives you access to, and on the right column you'll see here what a Business Central license gives you. So I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of that. It's part of our training. If you want Veronica to have access to Business Central, well, the first thing you need to do is come back in the Admin Center. And once you do, So I'm in the admin center. I'm under active users. Open up Veronica. Click on the license. Make sure that she has Business Central. We'll hit Save Changes. We'll Alt-Tab back to Business Central. In the users area, so again, do a search if you didn't already have this open. Search on users. You'll choose under the home. We'll select Update, hit Next, hit Finish, and then Veronica will have access. So the next time that you perform that, she should have access and be able to view that record. Same thing here. Again, finance is going to initiate a conversation talking about a campaign. That's kind of the story I use around here. And so again, we've got all the different channels. Here in the case, I'm not posting to it. I'm just having a chat. So I'm logged in as myself, Craig. I have a conversation with Diane. I say, Diane, what do you know about this item card? I just copied it from Business Central. I hit share. And now you can see, again, I can open up the details. I can edit just like we did. I'm editing it in Teams. And then on the marketing side, Diane's logged in here. And I can see the chat. I have a new message. And now Diane can see that card. Same rules apply, right? Diane has to have access to a license in order to open it. And so again, I'm just going to finish this on just the frequently asked questions, the partner resources, things that I want you to make sure you know. Again, I mentioned this earlier in the video about the requirements. Just make sure you know who can do what based on the license. You know, we can share a link, but maybe I can't view a card in a conversation. The privacy and the compliance messaging around restricting the sharing of cards and then responding to data. Again, there's a whole FAQ available for you. And then in case I haven't had to use this and for demo preparations, but in case you're looking for anything around the troubleshooting of any of the issues with integrating the two, there is a troubleshooting page. So again, I walked you through how to install and configure. How do we share and thinking through scenarios where organizations are having conversation with people outside of Business Central, but using Teams to communicate and share that information. With that, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this video on how you can connect Teams with Business Central. My name is Craig, and I look forward to seeing you again on a video real soon.